By the time we actually got on stage, it was like, anyone will tell you that that sort of scenario is quite a surreal. It's an out of body thing. You're not exactly with it. You're just flying on adrenaline and tunnel vision, and you're just there to get the job done a little bit.
Yeah, walking out on that stage for the first time, that was unexpected. That felt like an out of body experience. Like, I've watched my idols walk out on this stage, and you get goosebumps, and you know, it's the greatest thing in the world as an 18-year-old seeing these guys you idolize, and now you're that person for someone else. It's like that. It just doesn't feel real, right? I don't know. I don't know the word for it.
That we can't forget.
That was the wildest show that I've ever played, and like even being at the Forum was wild. I've seen so many bands I love play that venue, and then to be on that stage, it's just surreal. But even prior to the Forum show, we were just so anxious, like just is the set list right? Are we gonna fuck up? Am I gonna fuck up? And like all that shit.
And now there's all these different elements that have shaped the sounds, and it's a huge challenge now to go, how do we do this live, and how to pull it off live.
It was pretty chaotic from the get-go, with cancelled shows and people getting sick, and shows had to be cancelled, postponed, moved, which definitely kind of took the wind out of the sails a little bit.
And then COVID happened. All of us had it, and that actually just absolutely sucked. Yeah, that was probably one of the biggest lows that happened.
And we were a few shows into the tour, and I remember Ben called me, and as soon as I saw the call, I knew what was up. It was like we'd got back from Brisbane that Saturday, and then Sunday night he calls me at like 9 o'clock. I see the phone, and I'm like, I know what this is about. And
so I've just found out I have COVID, and that means we have to reschedule the Forum, and that also means I can't go to my stepmom's funeral on Friday, and I'm gutted. The last few days has been a hell of just running on adrenaline, and as much as I'm almost filled with a sense of relief that I'll get a bit of time to grieve and recuperate, it's not how I wanted it to go at all. This tour and this show in particular have been the goalposts for over 2 years. And the concept now that we won't be able to do it, that we're letting down so many people, that I'm letting down my family, and I can't be there to support my dad. Fuck.
Anthony's like, I'm sick. I've got COVID, and it was just like this whole tour. We'd played a bunch of shows. None of us had gotten sick yet, and for it to happen a week before this like momentous occasion was just like, just kind of summed up the last 3 years.
But no, we were all there for each other, and it was really good. We all support each other, and like I think a lot of us were just kind of going crazy and mad for this show.
Yeah, it's incredible now in retrospect. I think you watch the footage and it changes the night a little bit, because I was just like a bowling ball, just trying to stay in the lane and not hit a gutter at the time. But looking back, I mean, it was of course brilliant, and we had the time of our fucking lives up there.
I don't think you could physically like poutine more than Albert. I don't know why. It's all right. It's chips and gravy, bit of cheese.
Mr. Albert Dwan, he's just a joy to tour with.
Yeah, Albert. He is definitely the life of the tour party. Never a dull moment. So funny. Oh my God. Whenever I'm feeling lethargic, or I'm, but behind the kit, or I fuck up or something like that, I only have to look up from my kit and just watch him perform, and it instantly just brings me back to the moment. He's just, one of those people that just has that ability to make everyone happy.
He's like a mascot. He's like the hype guy. It's traveling with a hype guy. It's fucking sick before a show. Oh, he's always G'd up, jumping around. It's like, come on, man, let's fucking do it.
You fucking did it! Oh, you fucking did it, bro! Yeah! Woo!
Truly, it's inspiring how little of a fuck he gives whether the song is considered cool or not. He just follows his ears. And so that's a great tool to have in a band. He's also never had a music lesson. Couldn't tell you how to play an A major chord, but will figure out, a complex chord progression with a key change by himself with no reference at soundcheck. He's a brilliant mind musically, and just a young spirit. We love having him around.
It's crazy looking over at him on stage. It's like how have you not like snapped your neck? The guy like jumps 3 foot in the air while doing a headbang and just, he's never out of rhythm. He's insane. He's the best live performer.
See a smile points when you're tapping for your things. I've got this feeling that you're in more than your sick of me. Try to take it back. There's nothing you can say to fix it now. 'Cause you are my life, and I need you tonight. 'Cause I don't believe anyone. It doesn't sound like something that I'd say to anyone. Oh, you gotta help me, please. 'Cause I don't believe anyone. Oh, it doesn't sound like something that I'd say to anyone. Oh, you gotta help me.
Oh, Ben. He is probably the most talented man ever.
The hardest working motherfucker I've ever met in my life.
Before I joined the band, I was I knew Ben through my brother Julian, and at the time they played in a band called The Sinking Teeth, and I was a huge fan of them. And every time I went to their shows, I knew every drum.
Yeah, first time I saw that dude play drums, oh my god, I felt so inadequate.
And I remember meeting him for the first time. Super talented drummer. I was in high school and never thought I'd be playing bass in a band where he's singing in, and you know, playing quite sizable shows.
Yeah, so I was vibing off every Slowly song and going to all the acoustic shows, and then I think at that time, like, I was kind of done with music. I was just over it, and we were like always in a couple of like side projects and stuff, but I was done. And he approached me and he was just like, "Albie, what are you doing now? You're not playing in any bands or anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done with music. I can't be fucked." And he was just like, "Why don't you come play slowly? Like, just hit up we'll hit up a rehearsal. We got a show at a, I forgot, it was like a church show, like a secret church show." So I was like, "Oh, cool," thinking it would be low key and that. So I went to the rehearsal, not thinking much of it, and then it was just at that moment where I'm just like, man, I miss being in a band environment. This is freaking awesome. So it was like, fuck it, I'll just do the show. We played the show, it was amazing. And it was like, well, we're touring Chamomile, so why don't you come on the whole run with us? And then at the same time, I was just like, I can't be fucked because I'm done with music. But then I gave it a crack anyway, and I think the first show was in Launceston, Tassie, and we played at Club 54, and that was like the first time I felt like a crowd would sing back to you, you know, like that was that time, and it was in Slow. I was just like, this is freaking epic. Yeah.
I first met Quayle and Ben at a show that I was playing in a old kind of hardcore band that I was in. God, it would have been maybe 12 or 13 years ago now. But no, we'd always chat and catch up whenever we'd play shows together. And then would have been just over 5 years ago now, 6 years ago. I got a message from Ben, just asking if I had time for a quick chat, and he gave me the call, and said that his band Slowly was looking for a drummer, and at the time I was like, oh my god, I gotta play drums in front of this dude, so I got a bit nervous, and I was actually expecting my first child, so I thought, oh, I'm gonna tell him this and he's gonna be like, oh nah, and but he's such a talent, I don't want to, I don't want to blow it, but I gotta be upfront with him about that, that I might not be available for like bloody road dog touring and stuff like that, like we used to when we were young men, and so we had a bit of a chat for a bit, and then I mentioned to him that I'm expecting my first kid, and I kind of braced for a second, and just without skipping a beat, he said, "Oh, congrats, that's amazing!" And we went on this big tangent where we spoke about that for a bit, and then fully expecting him to be like, "All right, well, I don't think it's going to work, because we need someone to commit, blah blah blah." Instead, he was just like, "All right, so when you want to have our first jam?"
It's just like us to be fucking around on the right and you then back out the ground. Just when I thought that it's all over, I found myself until we've gone by. I found myself. I found myself. That's right. Let's go!
Murph also is one of the hardest hitting drummers I've ever seen as well. He hits that kit so freaking loud, like it almost feels like you don't need the kit mic'd up. And it's like the sound of an AK. It's just like so loud, your bones are gonna break. It's ridiculous.
Holy moly!
Me and Patrick often refer to each other as the little husband and wife on tour. We both have the same body clock, so we spend a lot of the time joined at the hip, up early, going to get coffee, and he's probably the person I chat to the most on tour.
Dude, he's probably the kindest guy I've ever seen. He's just, and the hottest as well. But he's he keeps the group sane. Like he's probably the most responsible one as well, because we're all a bit crazy, but he keeps us in check, and I love him to bits.
Pat is the glue of the band. We all kind of stumble our way through the songs on our instruments, and he makes one mistake per show. Fuck this part up, fuck this part up. I'm like, oh, fuck this part up in fucking every song.
He's such a strange mix of really regimented, almost to the point of being army-like in his approach to getting things done, but then he's also just so sensitive and kind and soft. So he's just great. He's like a clock. In terms of his playing, he's just, you can't fault You can't fault the guy. Every show is the same. It's just so reliable. Alex and me are the founding members of the project, and we go back the longest. It's been like a real joy to watch him step into his own ability. He's always been like very talented, but I think maybe just it's been nice having the validation through slowly give and watch his confidence grow. It's been really nice to see, because his maybe internal view of himself has shifted maybe closer to what the external view is, because people really value his input. He's one of the most logical, rational people I've ever met.
He's basically Quayle's basically the handyman of the group. He's and the problem solver. A lot of shit would kind of happen on tour, and he's always there to kind of fix it.
He's definitely responsible for how we sound live. Yeah, he's worked very, very hard over the last couple of years, particularly with the newer songs, and how our live show has kind of transformed. The production has changed, and it's all come from his brain. So yeah, just I feel very, very lucky to be playing in a band with Quayle. Never have to worry about anything when he's around.
We're gonna play a song called Jellyfish. Thank you for everybody that voted for it back for the 100. It did a lot of things for us. It helped us a lot. We love you.
Crushing in the sheets, two bodies in the heat. We're in love, we're fucking in the car. Time flies when you don't wanna die. So by this rate, we gotta try and stay alive. Cause we're tight, two peas in a pod, two hooks sinking down from the same little fisher rod. Nothing makes me happier than watching you win. Hey, that's something new. I was a selfish prick. That's pretty weird, right? That's pretty strange. Oh, have you ever seen a jellyfish? That shit's crazy. I think you saved me. I know you saved me. I don't even know if I'm real or if you are, or if we're just a simulation stage from a sports bar on Mars, where the aliens drink. Watching dishes build up in our kitchen sinks, and they're placing their bets, they're hanging their hats. Got money on who's gonna die in bed, who's gonna play with themselves again, who's breaking down mentally. How nice is it that I can watch you win? I couldn't care less which world I'm in, and that's the only sense that I can make. Have you ever seen a jellyfish? That shit's crazy. I think you saved me. I know you saved. Don't mind me, just screaming out your name, followed up by you can't do it. I know you can't do it, and I'll hold you to it against this pretty smoke screen. Out in outer space, the whole damn thing kinda feels like a cold case. The more you know, the less you care. Shame on me for always saying something uncool, but when we're both dead, we'll probably get a swimming pool. Sure. You fucking left Cat 4. We're right. That's pretty strange. Oh, have you ever seen a jellyfish? That shit's crazy. I think you saved me. working dogs, we like to get in front of it. If I bitch,
The new album came about in a natural way. I think the overarching element was honesty, and I wanted to be really true to that kind of musical fingerprint that I built over my formative years. So I think being isolated and locked in this room to write the record was, had its pros and cons. But one of the most powerful things to take away from the record is each song lit a little fire in me when I wrote it, and I just loved it. There's obviously a lot of dark content on the record, but I tried my hardest to offset that with maybe some more hypnotic grooves and lighter feeling songs. I think some of my favorite gut-wrenching, depressing songs are songs you want to dance to, and that juxtaposition, I tried to kind of like play with that.
I watch TV, I can move, I do things wrong, but look outside, I guarantee, she said, come round, I got none.
I remember looking back at the footage and at the time just seeing people bopping. I was like, it feels unreal. It felt, there's a few songs, whenever we release songs and we start to play them live, they never immediately feel good. But Blueprint, these songs off the new album they just feel good, and I think it's all, there's a lot of things you can credit to that, the fact that we've been rehearsing for 3 years. And Ben's progression as a songwriter, it's over the last couple of years, it's playing shows. His songs have just, you use those live experiences to kind of feed off the crowd and internalize it, and then go into the studio and kind of make music that people are going to like and people are going to connect to.
It felt less like in the past where I would write a song and then I would think, hey, what's the slowly box? And then what's the little machine I've built that makes slowly songs? I had these raw materials, I'd write a song and then you push it through the slowly machine and it turns out to be a slowly song. But with this record, I really tried to just go, what is the song? What sort of song does it need to be? And we can make the rest up later. Like I didn't want to pigeonhole it. And then it ended up sort of sounding really cohesive anyway, because I was kind of true to that inner voice the whole time. So I guess that was the different approach. I mean, Race Car Blues was like very, this is the band I want to be. And then this record's really like, this is the band we are. So.
On a serious note, everybody, this has been a very tough couple of weeks for me. And I'd like to dedicate this song to my stepmom, Kim.
Yet eyes, race car blues, I miss myself, my friends do too. Oh, your name, shower screens, for 10 years long, 10 more it seems. You told me to wait for it. I was a pup, I know.
the entirety of that tour was not only in the lead up, but during the actual tour, it was plagued with setbacks. And that's not to say, woe is me, look at us. You know, everybody had a hill to climb over that period. But the Forum was the ultimate payoff. Like it was the ultimate release of all of that anguish. So I see it as like a really significant time in my life and career, because it was our goalposts, or well, our goal for years that we just aimed at. So yeah, that's the Forum, baby.
Comedy a birthday, 2,000 lines, a pretty bad strike rate. Making up words with my brother in the backseat. Stained glass pine trees, I think that's where you find me. Now I gotta think about my wrist when I argue. Now I gotta think about everyone that's not me. When I was thinking out, I kinda wish that you caught me. Shiny silver pinball, does anybody want me? Bouncing around, up and down, falling asleep on a peach-colored couch in my parents' house. So inside out, filling up scrapbooks when I'm down. Thinking about my lineage, genetics, and the reason. And I think I like the company, the parasite, I'm keeping it. High school friends, well I only got two. Now that's more than enough for someone to figure out how to say I love you 10 years late. How to stay still, need food on my plate. How to get covered in White House paint with the love of your life. My God, she's the same. Focus on the dust in the rental apartment. Guilty as a warlord, standing on bodies. Really gotta find a less painful hobby. The shit got filled in 2 weeks flat. Guess that tells you a lot about that. All the jaded stowaways waiting for the call out. Dying at a desk job, trying to keep the thoughts down. He's got a gig, did you hear he's got a gig? We should all go, yeah, they're getting pretty big. Something about slowly, maybe it was softly. Oh, now you seem like you are well, catching the wind. All of the animal kingdom say, oh, you poor thing. You couldn't catch a real feeling. You resigned and gave in. You're just a creature of habit. Come on, take it all in. 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 You're just a creature of habit. Come on, take it all in. Anybody for a little more creature? Thank you for the white dress, the game is over. Got pretty handsome for a loner. Think about your races, stay undercover, wearing all black so sad it's honor. It's anybody's guess whose dress gets best dressed. Crocodile tears just make you depressed. blood test, oxygen in, it's the same old story. Ollie, ollie, oxen, free, not sorry, baby. Ollie, ollie, oxen, free, not sorry. Now you sit like you call the world, catching the wind. All of the animal kingdom saying, oh, you poor thing, you couldn't catch a real feeling. You resigned and gave in. You're just a creature of habit. Come on, take it all in. I won't be obsolete, no, as long as somebody believes in me. I wanna feel incomplete. Just tell me that somebody believes in me. There's no one to